to The Struggle. This is Candice Thompson. I'm here with my co-host Mal Hall.
Sup?
Uh-huh. Thank you for listening. This podcast, if you are new to it, is called The Struggle. And what it is that we have guests on every week and we talk about things that adults struggle with, because we all know that life can suck sometimes after the age of like 15 plus. You know, when you have more responsibilities you get, the more life stinks. So we like to come on here and talk about it, vent, and laugh a little bit with our friends. So today's guest, we have very funny comedian Mark Ellis.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Good to be
being here,
here.
Mark.
I am thrilled to be struggling with y'all. There's no two people I would rather struggle with. If it's just the three of us in a foxhole for the rest of our lives.
We're good.
I think we can make it.
I'm cool with that. Yeah. I like this as like a 3-on-3. If we were going to go play hoops somewhere too, I like this squad.
Yeah.
Really? Do you have confidence in my hooping skills?
I have confidence in Candice. Like I look at Candice as like a scrappy defender, and I think she could bring the ball up the court. I'll just post up in the corner and knock down threes like what I usually do when I play with you, and then Mal can do the heavy lifting inside. I like this squad.
Yeah. And Candice talks a lot of shit, so she could be the trash talker on the team.
Whatever position that is good for, I can do that.
Okay, we'll do 2-on-2, and then it'll be like the N1 mixtape.
Right.
And she can just hype everybody up.
On a microphone from the sideline. You suck!
Your mama ain't shit.
You shoot like a bitch!
That should be a show. It's just like heckles at Rucker Park, like just people from the side.
Oh my God.
It would be. We just came up with $1 million idea. We're not even a minute into the show.
And we have $1 million idea, but don't. Our listeners, we gotta trust them not to steal our ideas, so we have to tell them. We threaten our listeners, basically, if they do. We'll kill you.
Our World Star Hip Hop
World Star
streaming show. Only black people are going to watch that show.
Of course.
And just critique the heckles. That shit's not funny.
That heckle was trash. Are you heckling?
Corny.
You heckling my heckle?
Well, see, I would watch the show, but Candice said something interesting before we went to air, is that it's really hot in LA right now.
Yeah.
And I was just saying I love the heat year round.
Love the
so
heat.
she was like, you might be a secret black person.
You might
so
be.
like that's something that I need to explore. I don't know if I ancestry.com that or
You might have to do that.
23 and me.
Yeah. Date some black women, see what happens.
Okay.
Just don't do blackface. Anything but
No,
blackface.
that's where I draw the line.
You have to tell people sometimes because people are still doing it. I thought this was an old thing in the past, but no, people are still bringing it back. Okay, before we get into our struggles, I do want to plug everyone's social media so everyone knows where to find us. I'm Jokes by Candice on Instagram and Twitter, and CandiceThompsonComedy.com for my schedule and dates, tour dates. Mal?
Mal Hall TV on YouTube. That's all I care about. Subscribe to that channel.
Yes. And Mark.
I love doing the plugs when it's like, this is the only thing.
Uh-huh.
Like I don't have anywhere else. You cannot find me anywhere else but this one thing.
This is all that matters.
I'm Mark Ellis live pretty much everywhere. Like, so that's like the Twitter handle and the Instagram. And I host a daily show on Collider's YouTube channel, Collider Video, called Movie Talk. And like Candice said, I also do Schmoedown, do a lot of movie reviews. And then I'll be touring throughout the summer at markellislive.com, where you can get tickets, including I'm doing some headlining shows in New York City in June. So
Go see Mark Ellis, you guys. He's
Yes,
hilarious.
Very funny.
you kids are funny as well.
Aw.
It's something none of us are going to struggle with today.
Yeah, no, with being funny. No, we have our own
Speak for
personal
yourself.
struggles today. Like, why is that an insult?
My favorite thing about this podcast is people that reach out on social media to like pick up my spirits.
Oh, you have to read. You have to read what someone tweeted.
Because people just come on here and shit on me. I
so
shit on
funny.
myself, and then the audience tries to pick me up.
Yeah, I imagine that's what feels good about doing this podcast.
Yeah.
You get to just, verbally expel your demons,
Yes.
and then people are going to come to you. Some people might troll you.
Yeah.
They might see a weakness and then throw slings and arrows in there, but then some other people are going to pick you up. So
All
that's
of our black male listeners are going to troll hard.
Yeah, they troll. They're about chopping a nigga down. And then you get the occasional black female that is uplifting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we had one today, or was it today or yesterday? I think you retweeted it.
Yeah.
Do you want to read that tweet?
I can't find it.
Okay.
He literally looked at his phone
And
and went,
didn't even try. Didn't even try. Well, I would like to give her a shout out because she went in and said that, because we call Mal corny all the time. That's just an ongoing thing. That he's black and corny. So we just reference that pretty much every show. Even when he's not here, we'll just talk behind his back and call him corny. Okay. So this chick was like, I wanted to give Mal some props because he stepped out of his corny zone and came hard. He came hard. And then she said he is invited to the barbecue, but he's not allowed to bring anything.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's like
Sydney Montgomery.
Sydney Montgomery. Thank you for tweeting that. But I also want to say that Mal is actually a fantastic guacamole maker. So I think he could bring guacamole to the barbecue.
I have heard that. And,
you've heard your reputation precedes.
I have heard that. Because I don't know what this is going to do, because this factors into her tweet a little bit, is that Mal and I bump into each other on multiple occasions at Erewhon, the health food store in Los Angeles.
I love Erewhon.
Sorry if that takes the street cred down a couple notches.
It does.
But he's buying the healthiest avocados to make that guacamole.
Reusable shopping bag, all
That's
that.
Mal's white meter going back up. It had fallen from the last podcast. Now it's going right back up from shopping at Erewhon.
And I just want to say, Sydney, thanks for the love. Also, my name is spelled with one L.
She spelled it right later on in the tweet, but I think it may have been autocorrect. I think I'm going to blame autocorrect for the first misspelling.
Mall
Hall. Yeah.
I love how Paul just sits in the corner and laughs at people making fun of me.
I mean,
that's his favorite thing.
He's literally trolling you on Twitter. He's got like 8 fake accounts.
Yeah.
Just to troll you.
Just to troll me. Candice, what's your struggle?
So my struggle, just that I've had this morning, is that I'm realizing I'm getting to the age where like I feel like I have a hangover even when I don't.
Wake up hungover?
I woke up feeling extremely hungover tonight. I had one drink last night, and it wasn't even at the end of the night. I stayed out until about 4 o'clock in the morning. I was with a friend who's in town. And we ate dinner super late. We ate dinner. We went and grabbed pizza at this late night spot, which is very good, by the way. It's a new place called The Sit Down, right bordering Silver Lake. So if you live in the area, go there. It's really good. They have pizza and pasta. They have vegan, gluten-free stuff. Anyway, so we went there. We were there late night, got into a huge argument, which we'll discuss on another podcast. And I had one drink earlier on at a show, which was like hours before this. And then I woke up this morning, and my face was puffy, like my eyes were red. I was like, bleh, bleh. I was getting text messages, and I'm like, who is this? And I'm like, I had been up for like probably maybe 2 hours, and I still had phlegm in my throat. I still feel terrible, and I don't know what it is, and I feel a little groggy.
Okay.
What did you eat?
Yeah.
I just had pizza.
But I
had a very thin crust margarita pizza with no meat on it, nothing.
And that usually jives okay with you.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't normally eat. So maybe that's something that may have had something to do with it, but I don't know. I feel very not myself right now.
I don't know, maybe you have a flu coming on, because I feel bad that you woke up not feeling good, but what you described is not a hangover.
I don't have the
feels
flu.
like the fattest person you know is sitting on top of your head, and you're hot and cold and your stomach hurts, but you don't like.
That's not a hangover. No. You just woke up from a blackout.
I mean, maybe I drink more than you.
I think you do. I think we both know this is true.
Oh, that's a good point though. What's your normal tolerance?
I have a very low tolerance.
Okay. There you go. Because like when Candice says one drink, that's like for us, that's like 8 drinks.
Yeah,
that
all
is
the drinks.
True.
Yeah,
I think your livers can withstand much more. So so I think that is normally what my hangover is. I don't have a headache, but I felt really groggy. I feel my speech is slurred. I feel like someone kicked me in the head last night, and that doesn't work well with someone who has a soft skull.
Candice has a soft
Your
head.
skull is plenty firm. Okay,
I think my headphones are causing me to have a soft spot in my skull. Anyway. So that was my struggle this morning. So forgive me if I slur, if I look comatose. That's what's happening this morning. What day is it? I don't know.
Wow, you're just struggling with life, Candice.
Yeah, this is more than one drink last night.
I
had one drink.
What time do you wake up?
Today, and I didn't get a lot of sleep because I went to bed after 4. I texted you at like 4 something, and then I woke up probably at like 9.
Oh, no. You need at least 6 hours. Like, I'm aiming my days for 10 hours a night.
10 hours?
How do you do that?
Melatonin. He's addicted.
I can't.
I take melatonin and then
Do you
I
really?
sleep for like 4 hours and then I wake up and I can't go back to bed. So I'm off the melatonin.
Melatonin for me doesn't keep me like asleep for like a decent amount of time. It works to help me fall asleep, but then I wake up and I'm like you. I'm like, I can't go back to bed now.
Yeah, I have the same problem. So I aim for 10. I usually only get like 8, but
Maybe we're not
like you
taking
need at
enough.
least 6.
8 hours of sleep you get on a regular basis?
That's what I try to do.
That's nice.
That's what I try to do.
I
Could be
envy
one of the
that.
struggles we talk about.
My body won't let me do more than like 6.
Yeah, that's my normal.
Well, you have things to
six-ish.
do with your day.
I really don't.
You know, I mean,
wake
look
up-
at Mark. He showed up here in a jersey. This is all he's doing today.
Yeah, this is it. This is the day.
All right, and then you're gonna go back to sleep for another 10 hours.
Yeah. Then I gotta go maintain my healthy water drinking and sleeping regimen.
I'm so jelly.
Hilarious.
Mel, what did you struggle with?
I don't have a struggle. I just want to follow up from the last episode. Somebody found my wallet. They found my wallet.
That's fantastic.
Outside of the Andaz in San Diego.
Hilarious.
I've been without wallet since last Saturday.
Ooh, boy.
Hilarious.
You make any phone calls? Did you cancel anything?
I didn't cancel anything.
He had faith.
I said somebody will find it and mail it to me. And
they did.
I guess somebody that worked at the hotel recognized me from the ID, went to Tipsy Crow and had them alert me. And so my
I thought you were going to say they recognized you from this podcast. I was like, oh,
No.
never mind.
Hey, you did that show with that girl with the soft spot, right?
the soft head girl.
Oh, Pillowhead Thompson, you know her?
Pillowhead Thompson. Stress ball head Thompson, right? So I got my wallet, you guys. I got all the cards in there. The only card I was worried about,
That's
Mark,
fantastic.
was my AMC, my movie card.
You gotta have the
that I
Stubbs
get every
card.
year. I want to get into the movies for free.
Oh, wait, it wasn't in there?
It was in my wallet.
Oh, that was a good person. They didn't take anything.
Yeah, the security person said my wallet is being returned with the cash I had in there. I didn't know I had cash in my wallet and all of my cards. So.
I needed to hear this because I so immediately go to the negative side and the bad. I think people are terrible. And this just reinforced that there are some good people in the world.
There's good people in San Diego, California.
In San Diego, right. They're like...
In LA, that's the come up.
Right.
We got this wallet, it has cash.
In San Diego, they're like, whose poor... what poor person's wallet is this? It only has $200 in it.
Yeah, an expired Costco card.
I felt bad. I always want to be that citizen that like sees like a wallet and picks it up and is immediately like, constable, here, we need to find this person. But I saw a wallet on the street like, I don't know, a few weeks ago. But I was like literally going to a show. And so I had to be on stage like 20 minutes and I saw a wallet laying there and I'm like, I don't have time for this. Like,
And
I
you
don't
left
have
it?
time for this. I left the wallet on the street.
Mark, you could have picked it up, put it in your pocket, and then mailed it the next day.
I figure that whoever left the wallet there is local and is going to know where they dropped it. And I'll say this too. I feel bad about it because I harbor a lot of guilt about things that I could have done, but I also don't feel that bad because if you lose your wallet, maybe this is a turning point in your life. Maybe you learn some. Are you going to be safe with your wallet from now on?
No. He's going to lose it again in a drunken stupor.
But what I am going to do,
It happens semi-annually.
This is 100% real. I thought about this after I discovered I had lost my wallet. I'm going to put a card in there that says, if found, call this now. Like I'm going to put my phone number in my wallet. So if somebody finds it, they can call me.
I mean, they have your address on your license. They can just mail it there.
Yeah, but I'd rather just call me.
I
Call
like
or
that.
text.
So instead of acknowledging you need to get more responsible, you're just
He won't
acknowledging
do
your
that.
irresponsibility and placing the number in there.
Dude, sometimes vodka shots are going to happen.
Maybe carry a fanny pack.
You know?
Fanny pack.
They do have it.
Fanny pack. I can't.
Dudes are about that fanny pack life now. Fanny packs have made a comeback. And I'm going to be honest, I've been a fan of fanny packs ever since they were popular in the 90s. I never wanted to let them go. Never. They changed the style. They're trendy now. You wear them like a sash. You see that? People are wearing them like sashes now. You just drape them. You don't put it on this. You don't do it around your waist. You drape it. And that's what the cool kids are doing now.
Go full in with the sash and it says like Uncle of the Year.
I would love that. Just have it on the strap.
Headed nowhere.
Miss Universe.
Disneyland Dad of the Month.
Yeah. Candice, people think I'm corny already. Now you want me to show up with the fanny pack?
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
No, thank you.
And I want to just so we can clown you some more.
Yes.
We were with a comic last night, a comic who I just met for the first time, Will Miles, who's from New York. He just moved here 8 weeks ago. He's on the show with me, and he was rocking a fanny pack in that style.
Are they cooler in New York? Has it not?
No.
Has it not blown out here yet?
No, it's not cooler. I have, it's easier for me to look at them on women. Let's just put it that way.
Then
So
why are you telling me to get one?
because I would love to make fun of you with it. That's all.
Okay.
I would love to see Mark with a fanny pack.
I think I look like fanny pack material. I mean, if you saw the amount of gas station sunglasses that I go through, like you with Wallace, it's me with sunglasses. I leave them all the time. I'm from the South. I can rock Croakies and not feel guilty about it. I can do a fanny pack full of Croakies.
I can see it, dude. Please do it. Please, we'll have you back on, and we'll.
I cannot. You can, Mark.
Yeah.
I want to be the Croaky fairy. I just walk up to people at Six Flags without them and be like, excuse me, I noticed you lost your Croakies.
Okay, now you can't go to Six Flags with the fanny pack. You can't do that. That's a no-no.
That's why fanny parks were invented. We're for theme parks.
I know they were, but you can't. They don't do that anymore.
That's the only place they're
now
not cool.
Now they're stylish. Now you can't wear them to theme parks.
Oh,
you wear them to the club.
I
now.
go to the club.
Yes.
With a fanny pack.
Yes. Yeah. Keep your Molly in there. Your condoms.
It's the one place they don't check for the drugs. The giant pocket you have hanging outside of your clothes.
Trust me. Yeah. If you are going to
Your
the
gun.
club with a fanny pack, you don't need to worry about putting condoms in.
We did clown our friend last night for wearing. I just met dude and I started clowning him. I was like, I can't. Me and Joyelle were just going in because he had this. It was more. I don't know what it was, but it just. There's something about. Just seeing a dude with a fanny pack just draped across his chest, I can't take you seriously. Yeah. And I don't care, even if I guess if you're younger, it works better, but he wasn't a young person. I should also point that out. He was not a young person. He was probably in his late 30s, maybe early 40s.
See, that's me. I'm 37 right now.
Yeah.
And the problem I have is that because I have to look nice on camera, so like I wear like a suit or like a nice shirt and like a vest, and I still just rock the backpack. Like, I've never been a briefcase guy, but it looks really weird. A guy with a suit, with a backpack. He looks like he still lives with his mom.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, either that or you're like in transition somewhere. Like you don't have a place to live. You're like moving. You're constantly staying on people's couches.
People look at me like, is this a homeless guy on day one? This is a rookie homeless guy.
He's transitioning into
Yeah, I'm like, this isn't gonna last.
That guy looks like he takes public transit not by choice.
You just do a time-lapse photo and the backpack slowly turns into like a knapsack.
All right. I think it's time we get into Mark's struggle.
Yes.
I think we've wasted enough time.
Yeah, my struggle is kind of a high concept thing. So I was thinking about like, what am I struggling with? What do I need to really get off my chest? And so it's more of an existential struggle than what you probably are normally faced. Like there's day-to-day stuff. Like I could be a little more responsible. I drink a little bit too much iced tea. It's unsweet, but it's still a lot of caffeine.
Iced tea?
Yeah.
That's your thing?
I love iced tea.
I thought he was going to say some type of liquor, but you said iced tea.
The liquor I drink too much of
Arizona is your downfall.
No, Coors Light would be the liquor that I drink. But
really?
I'm pretty well maintained with that. I've never had like a drug problem. I don't do drugs at all.
Yeah.
That's actually a
me
struggle.
neither. I never do drugs.
I can talk about too is that I don't do drugs.
Oh.
Like
Okay.
I would like to.
We'll get into that after we talk about your.
So the big one is I am 37 now, and I see all my friends, see my family, and they're all like settling down, getting married, having kids. And so my question that I'm starting to wrestle with is that I feel great.
Should
now.
you freeze your eggs?
I love being single. Yeah, do I protect the sperm for when I can no longer produce it? But I'm concerned that when I continue to age that I'm going to look back with regret that I didn't start a family. Because I have no desire to start one now. Like I literally you do not want one at all. But everybody, it seems like a lot of my friends have kids because either they felt pressure or because like the excuse I always get with kids is like, oh, well, who's going to take care of you when you get old? And I'm like, if that's the reason.
That's the only reason to have people, then I call kids people, by the way. Because that's all they are.
Barely. They're
barely people. The only reason to make other people, if that's the reason, then that's a terrible, like I get it. Like it's also the same argument with like getting married. You don't want to be alone when you're 85.
Thing. Right.
Well, I don't, but I don't want to be with someone I hate either. Like I'd rather be miserable by myself than with this,
Does any 85-year-old man or woman seem that happy to you? They always, when they're married, because they just seem like they're just constantly at each other's throats.
Yeah, they're
and
tired.
They struggled through a relationship for 50 years,
And
and
for
they're
what?
just kind of saddled with this person.
Right.
And I don't want to be that, but what is the alternative, I guess?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people look at that like a
Loneliness.
relationship or kid, and they're like, okay, I don't want that right now, but I'm so deathly afraid of the alternative. And I've embraced loneliness for long periods of my life.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty content with that.
Right. This is actually a conversation that I had with my friends in Colorado over the weekend. It's like,
What should Mark Ellis do?
yeah.
We were like, yo, when is Mark Ellis going to settle down?
They're like, yo, this guy's tweeting some weird stuff.
You live in LA. Do you know Mark Ellis?
Is he planning on having any kids anytime soon? Because I just can't sleep at night thinking about
Is
it.
he impotent? He hasn't.
When is he gonna settle down?
I have not wanted kids for so long. I literally thought about getting a vasectomy.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you want kids? That's a question.
I
Who does?
just
Sorry.
don't
I
like
know
the
you do.
responsibility.
Okay.
It's a lot.
I don't like them.
Did you have a good dad?
I had a great dad.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't like them.
Great dad. My mom's still around. Great parental structure.
Okay.
Are your parents
my
together?
Dad passed away in 2010.
So that's a no.
So that's a no. Spiritually, yes, they
So
are.
insensitive.
Very
What
true.
the
Yeah,
fuck is wrong
But
with you, kid?
Candice just goes in.
Oh my
She's got a
God.
fanny pack full of emotion. Just
Answer
ready
the
to
fucking
throw.
question. We didn't
I'm
ask.
dead inside. Have we not learned that yet?
Jeez.
Anyway,
But yeah, so no, everybody's cool in my family. I have an older sister and a younger brother. They both have procreated. They both have 3-year-olds.
Okay.
So, and I like hanging out with those kids. And a lot of people say, oh, once you become an uncle, that's going to be your
It's your
conduit.
gateway. It's your gateway.
And I look at those kids. They're great kids. I look at them as warnings.
yeah.
yeah,
You know.
same,
So that's.
same.
But anyway, you're having a
Super weird.
conversation in
'cause-
Colorado.
because I want to have kids. Like I want to be a dad. I think that looks fun. But I
Have
also
you been watching the same dads we've been watching? Because that does not look.
I mean,
fun.
some dads are there are
lot of
super
work.
cool dads out there that like.
Of course, but
And I think
you
you'd
don't
be a
know
great
the
dad.
behind the scenes stuff.
I mean, it all. I mean, you have to take it all, right? But the problem is with what we do. It's like it's a solitary thing, and it's like you need your time and your space, and like. But at the same time, I want to have kids, so I don't want to be grandpa dad. Like
Of course, but
picking
Mal,
up your kid and is that your grandpa coming to pick you up? No, that's my dad.
Mal,
that old.
you do know that you just recently got drunk and lost your wallet, and
Yeah.
you could get drunk and lose your kid, and it's a completely different. The ramifications are so much worse.
But
Yeah.
people find the kids
Let's
quicker.
focus on. let's focus on.
The guy at the yonder
You
is
not
like, oh, that's
losing
Mal's
stuff.
kid. Hey, Mal, he's here
Oh
again.
yeah, he does this every week.
There's like
Mala Cochran Jr.
there's a piece of paper taped to his forehead. If
Please
lost.
return. Call this cell phone number.
Just text me. Please don't call.
If you call from an unknown number, I won't pick up, even if I know you potentially have my child.
There's just the risks associated with it because, like, you look at the divorce rate
Right.
in the country is like what 50%.
Yeah.
So
I think it's
you're-
higher now.
Yeah, so you're already going in with like the chances are that you're not going to stay with this person.
Right.
So if you procreate and then you make kids, the kids have to end up healthy. The kids have to end up, being okay. And then you also look at like the world you're bringing them into.
Right.
Exactly.
And I also kind of think that I'm okay because I don't have to worry about when I'm 70 and lonely because I don't think any of us are going to make it that long.
You think Trump's going to kill us all?
Who reads the news and is like, I'm going to put a kid into this?
Yeah.
Like, it scares me. So
Yeah.
I just think that the nuclear holocaust is going to happen.
Yeah.
We'll Mad Max it. And when we Mad Max it, the last thing I want are 3 little tykes wondering when I'm going to get them a jug of water. Like, I might have a dog. That's it.
Yeah.
But those post-apocalyptic chicks are super hot.
Yeah, usually, I mean,
Yeah. So you're really not going to have a choice.
Because, that's what they'll look like.
Yeah.
You don't know that.
They're all going to look like Charlize Theron.
You know what? They all could look like her. Everybody's going to smell horrible. And that's something you don't get when you watch
because
Walking
you
Dead.
don't bathe.
They reek.
Yeah, but everybody's going to smell. So it's going to be awesome.
No.
We're all just bathing in our stink.
Yeah.
Did you watch Last Man on Earth?
I've seen it before, yeah. But now there's like 80 people in the show.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
They just keep having, spoiler alert, they just keep adding more people.
It's a misleading title.
Yeah.
Maybe that's like a commentary on just how isolated I enjoy being. Is like as soon as Last Man on Earth,
You're
got a
disappointed.
number cast, I
You're
was like, wait,
why are there people here?
See, I love Castaway.
I was just about to say they couldn't, and they had to add people because they can't just have a series that's ongoing with just, it's like a 3-season Castaway.
Right.
They had to add people to it,
Yeah.
obviously. But you did enjoy Castaway. For what reason specifically? You like talking to inanimate objects?
I love it. Love it.
And he's serious right now. I can tell by his face.
Yeah. I would be so much. It's so much easier to raise and nurture a volleyball than it is a real human being. Especially if you're on a desert island by yourself. Like, imagine just how much it would suck if you had kids and then you're going on vacation, which is going to be hell anyway.
Right.
Because you got to go through TSA with like strollers and stuff.
Yep.
And then you get on the plane crashes. Oh God, we're the only survivors. We're in a raft. We're on a desert island, and it's me.
Yeah.
And now I got to go not only kill one wild boar, which I'm going to feel bad about to eat. I got to kill 4 of them to feed these little assholes.
Yeah,
who
well,
can't
that could have
fend for
been just more
themselves.
for me.
It could have been mine.
Now I gotta feed these mouths.
I'm not sure Mark Ellis has ever seen a wild boar before. It's not one boar feeds one person.
Yeah, for like a long time.
Yeah.
If you have a refrigerator. If you don't, then you have to eat it all immediately.
Yeah.
And store it like a bear.
Okay, so here's how I go to sleep.
Store
at
fat.
night. When I'm trying to go to sleep, this is my piece, like my inner piece, is I think about the scene in Castaway right after the plane crashes and Tom Hanks successfully gets into the life raft, and then like that slow pan out when he's just like on the waves and it's like a storm, but he's just like there and he's just so exhausted from this effort, then he just goes to sleep. I'm like, that's what I want.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
You just want to be on an island.
Yeah, but then if I can't sleep for too long, then I just start to trick myself into thinking, well, what if there's natives on the island? Like, how am I going to evade them? And then I'm like, at some point, I'm going to have to eat protein, so that's where the wild boar comes in. Here's how I kill the wild boar: is I lure him up
I love how you
to
have
like
this
the
all planned out.
cliff, right? You get up to the cliff where Tom
here,
Hanks.
buddy.
Wait, what do you lure him up there with? How do you lure him up there?
Just grass, handfuls of grass.
I sing Hakuna Matata because that's what we learned in Lion King.
Yeah, he's either Timon or Pumbaa. He's one or the other. Like, I don't know. Maybe he's attracted to the scent of blood. I could just prick my finger and then just lead him up. It'd be like Reese's Pieces for
Yeah.
E.T. He comes up there, and then I
he
sneak
part
up
shark?
on him, and I push him off the cliff.
Oh, you push him off.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, but you still killed him.
God,
then-
I feel so bad.
But then
though.
you have to go down to the cliff and recover the meat.
Well, yeah, I live on the beach, Mal. I live like right there on the beach. I just go up to the cliff to kill stuff, and then I come back down.
That's my killing cliff.
Yeah.
Then I have my laying out cliff, which is where I get sun. My gardening cliff is where I grow my herbs.
This is not a bad life that we're painting for
My
me
meditation cliff.
right now. Yeah, I'm free of all the societal pressures, you know? Because that's another aspect to this. You got to be honest with yourself. Like, yes, I don't want to have kids, but it's harder to be friends with the people that you're friends with now.
Yeah.
If they start to have families, and then you could be crazy Uncle Mark that comes to the barbecue and stuff, but you never have any real friends that have families. 'Cause
Right.
they don't have time for you.
Right.
It's true.
And everybody else in the family thinks it's a little weird that
you
you want to
don't.
ditch the family and go
Yeah.
hang out with Uncle Mark, even
Yeah.
though they know he's fun.
Right. Even though you know I'm better than everybody else.
Just-
I share kind of similar. It's one of those things where it's like I'm not like so dead set against kids, whereas I feel like you are. Like, is there anything that could change your mind?
I don't know. A lot of people say you just haven't met the right woman yet, but I've dated some really great people.
Yeah.
Never had the desire to procreate with any of them. So I don't know that it's like the right woman comes into my life. And to be honest, if you are a woman and you come into my life and you say we should have kids, I don't like you anymore. Like, that's a
You're
deal
dead to
breaker
me.
for
You might as well have
Yeah.
said you're a serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could deal
Same
with a serial
thing.
killing. Who do you kill?
If you kill those babies that I put in you, then we good.
I'm a second trimester serial killer.
Sneak up on pregnant
Maybe
women
she
and
is
take
the
their
one.
babies.
Yeah.
She's a serial aborter.
So you're not a killer, you're a doctor. You're performing abortions. It's illegal. Nah, I'm a killer, man. Give me that vacuum. I'm a killer with a Hoover.
17 confirmed kills this month. Whoa.
Whoa.
Weirdest abortion doctor. They have like stats when they get home.
Just bloody tick marks on the side of the waiting room wall.
Yeah, This one lasted 38
God.
seconds before I got to stop breathing. I don't know how abortion works, but
Well, I'll tell you.
imagine something like that.
I'll do a reenactment.
Oh my God.
It's a lot easier just pushing them off the cliff.
just have the kid, then push the baby off the cliff.
Just push the uterus straight off the cliff.
God will definitely forgive that.
Just get some Gerber and just lure it up there, and then
Gerber.
there you go.
Here's some smashed sweet potatoes, buddy. Come on, come on.
Stupid baby.
Dumb motherfucker. Do you like kids? Do you like hanging out with kids, Mark?
I like hanging out with my niece and my nephew.
Yeah.
You know,
But you
'cause
can give them back.
yeah, you can rent them.
I've never been with a baby that I didn't want to just give back. At some point, I get bored. It's like, okay, here you go. We had a fun time, baby. This was great.
It would be weird.
But now, imagine if you woke me up every morning, or you woke me up in the middle of the night, and I gotta make you stuff, and then I can't go out at night because you here.
Right.
I gotta pay you expensive as fuck. Like, these are all things. I'm selfish, and that's fine.
That's a good reason to not have kids.
Candice does a smart thing too because she calls it baby. She doesn't. She doesn't want to
my
associate a name
kid's
with.
name would be baby.
It's a thing.
Oh, you name it baby,
Yeah.
like
Baby
Hey,
Thompson.
baby.
like
Hey.
Dirty Dancing.
Baby, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Get out of mommy's weed.
It'd be weird though if somebody gave you their kid and then you were like, no, I like this one, and then you took it.
I
It is
love
good
my
that you want to
nephew.
give the kids back.
Even when I love them. I love my nephew. You're so stupid. You're so stupid.
It's the one thing that, like, you know, when you see these movies, like there's just like a run of movies, usually within the romantic comedy vein, where it's like a dad and like his wife like died or something, and now he's stuck with this, like, you know, 11-year-old, or like his brother dies
Yeah.
or something,
It's
then they
always.
inherit the kid, and then the kid like cheers him up. I could potentially one day seeing that scenario play out. But I don't want the kid until like they're already like in high school and they're kind of like well adjusted.
That's how I feel when I've always said, because I was like, I might want to adopt at some point. Because I feel like that would be giving back to the community, but also helping, just helping a kid who needs some help.
How old are you
But they would
adopting?
need to be like 17.
Yeah. Is somebody
No,
pick
not
you up at the
17.
bar?
But I've always joked about, like, yeah, the kid needs to have some
How
shit
old?
and stuff already. I don't want to have
Potty
to
trained.
do that.
You want a potty trained one?
Yeah.
Give me one that's walking upright.
Yeah,
Yeah. Those would be two huge requirements.
has the
for me.
foundations
Right.
set.
Right.
What's
One that can
his-
babysit itself.
Yeah. Do I have to teach it to read too, or can someone
What's
else do
his
that?
name? Brian? Well, his name is Baby now.
Baby. He's 15.
Yeah. Baby. Get
Baby.
over here.
Your friends call you whatever the hell you want, baby.
Hey, baby. Do your fucking homework, baby.
That's
It's interesting though because he really wants kids and I really don't. And then you
I'm in the
paint
middle.
yourself in the middle, but I mean, as of right now, today,
don't-
it seems like you're leaning more towards my side.
Yeah.
But anytime I've had a conversation with somebody when they are on the fence about having kids, it seems like eventually they go to Mal's side and they have kids.
Yeah,
So how are you? Do you wake up with this? Is there some sort of female thing where like you feel more pressure than a dude would to give birth and to fulfill your destiny as a human being?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I really don't feel that pressure,
Hell yeah.
and I've never.
done.
But I also think that's just because number one, what I do, I'm surrounded by a bunch of people who don't have kids in comedy. People know that starting families gets in the way of your career.
At least 60% of comics have a kid so they can get into 15 minutes.
Absolutely. Like, that is so true. Getting in relationships.
Yeah.
Know that everything we do is for a bit, guys. Starting families. So
I didn't want to go to the post office.
Yeah.
I just needed a good opener.
yeah, no. I didn't want to trip that old man on the bus today, but
That is true. The number of things that we do just because you're like, I don't want to do this, but you're like, the story could be awesome. And then you'll go do it.
It's life experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
I go on bad dates on purpose just because I know the person's going to be shitty, but I'll be like, let me just go. This will be fun. Put
Let's
Got
see
a
how
notepad
bad.
out
this in
there.
my archives. Yeah, absolutely.
What'd you say again? Say it again, but just like how you just said it.
Record. So yeah, I've never. My parents, thank God, have not been they've not pressured me to do that. I think they've always been supportive of me, which I feel like was a detriment in my career because it's just like, you know, those people who were abused by their parents, who were never satisfied. They're like become Michael Jacksons. So I've always felt like that could have, like if they had beat me more, I would have like been a little bit more successful. But at the same time, they've been so successful and supportive of everything that I've done. They've never once pressured me. And I think also my sister having a son helped to, you know, get rid of that craving that they may have had. So now that they have a grandkid, and then I'm like, thanks, Danielle, for taking one for the team.
They did a huge solid. Yeah. They did the same exact thing. It's like they both knock out a kid around the same time, and my mom just has so many grandmotherly duties. They're on different coasts, like one's in Virginia, one's in Seattle, so she's flying all over the place, and it is great. I think I'm doing her a favor.
Yeah, you just got to keep them busy.
Yeah.
Just got to keep them busy.
Yeah. Mark, I've got all these miles. I could fly it to LA too.
I told my mom I'm happy. Look, you want to get a place in Florida and move down there? I am happy to be your idiot son that lives in the guest house. I have no problem with that.
No qualms with that whatsoever.
No, I'm happy to do that.
I'm in the exact opposite boat as you guys.
Oh, that's right. Your mom.
I'm the oldest of 4, and none of us have kids. And my mom is like empty nest, and all my mom knows how to do is be a mom. Like she's been a mom since she was 18 years old.
Yeah.
Are there any threats with the other 3 yet? Any of them like married or in relationships?
No. I'm probably the closest out of all of us, which is like, but my mom is like thirsty for grandkids. I'll read this text to you guys.
So thirsty.
Thirsty. It's like, she's unbearably thirsty.
You're not going to believe what she wrote to me.
like, who'd you bang this week?
Yeah.
Did you
didn't use a condom, did you?
She said, I'm offering the first one of my children who provides me with the first grandchild $3,000.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she says the money will be all yours. You could share it with your mate or not. Completely up to you. Good luck, and may the smartest child win. Like, it's a game show for my mom.
Right.
That's $3,000 is tax free if she does it right.
Right. If she gifts it properly.
Yeah.
I love that your mom thinks raising a kid costs $3,000.
That's what I told her. I said,
after even having 4 kids of her own. What if she did raise all of you on $3,000? Her mom is a genius. She needs to start a YouTube channel.
But what if he takes the $3,000 and then he's like, all right, we're getting a divorce and this is just my first alimony payment. Like, this was a bad idea.
Yeah. My mom would not care. She just wants to watch a baby.
She just wants a baby.
Yeah.
So, but do you think that if your mom hadn't pressured you so much that you would not be as eager to have kids? Do you think that her influence?
No. I
really
think I just like kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you like about kids?
Like when there's kids on the plane and people get mad.
We're so confused.
I never get mad when there's a baby on the plane.
Even when they're screaming.
Even when they're screaming, I feel bad for the parent.
I feel bad. I really feel bad for the parent.
I don't feel anger. I just feel like, look, they knew when they left the house, they were like, fuck.
Yeah.
We're taking this baby onto an airplane. This is either going to be good or it's going to be the worst day of our life.
That's why they should let people with babies on planes.
No.
They just need to
ride with the luggage.
I didn't even think about it. I was going to say take a bus or a train, but yeah, they could totally ride in the storage compartment.
Yeah, just put them all under there. You know, I think it's air conditioned. My luggage seems nice and cool. When
when you get it, it's aerated
and cool.
Have like a little like a water thing, like when gerbils need water.
Yeah.
They just go up and suck on that.
Yeah. Me and my sister were talking about an airline that's like sexy that doesn't allow families on it.
Emirates.
Is that? I mean, it wouldn't be that expensive because that only goes to certain places, right? Like I'm talking about
where rich people go.
Yeah, like Dubai.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like a sexy, like Virgin, but like times 20, where it's just like they got cool music playing. There's sexy people serving you drinks and stuff.
No virgins.
I was thinking of
no
Hooters
virgins,
there.
absolutely, and there's no baby, no families.
Because like Hooters there, you'd think Hooters would be like the best for like, dude, we're gonna get like drunk. But if you walk into an actual Hooters, it's nothing but kids there.
Really?
It's just where I think it's like a deal that like the husband makes with the wife. Like, honey, can I just go look at some tits like once a week?
Yes, but we have to come with you. Jimmy, Johnny, baby, come on.
All these rugrats running around. They got like
We're going
hot
to
wing
Hooters.
sauce in their hair, and they're just mess. It's just disgusting.
Well, if you think about the selections on the menu, it is very like kid friendly. Like I feel like it's all chicken tenders and like onion rings. It's just like a big giant kids menu for everybody
with beer.
With beer. Yeah.
I haven't been to a Hooters in a long time. I'm more of a Twin Peaks kind of guy.
That's a place?
That is a place. Yeah. It's in
It sounds like a
Colorado.
Hooters knockoff. Which came first, Twin Peaks or Hooters?
Oh, it's got to be
Hooters for sure.
Yeah.
Hooters for sure. Twin Peaks sounds more sophisticated, though.
It's nicer.
Yeah, I would go to Twin Peaks. And it's also reminiscent of David Lynch's Twin Peaks.
Ah, there you go.
I tried to watch that show because I like David Lynch, but I got bored.
No, I
I'll try
can't
it
do
again.
it. Yeah, I put on maybe like 5 minutes of the new one. Not
Yeah.
having seen the old one.
Oh no, you have to start with. Are you a fan of any of his films? Did you ever see Mulholland Drive?
Yeah, I'm okay with David Lynch.
Okay,
But I
He's
think I
weird,
like David
super
Lynch
weird.
like compact. Like I like 90 minutes, 2 hours. Of
Right,
David
you
Lynch,
don't like
not
an ongoing David.
I don't want to have
Lynch.
to continue to think
I
about what I'm
don't
going to
want
see next.
continuous David Lynch.
Yeah.
Mal has no idea what we're talking
I
about.
really
He has no
don't.
idea who David Lynch is.
I
He has
really
no
don't.
idea what Twin
Mal
Peaks
checked his
is.
phone and the number's up to $4,000. $4,000.
For a baby. Can I get 4,000? 4,000, 5,000? Have an auction, baby auction.
Oh man, yeah. It just really it seems like my hell, and so I wonder if it's ever not going to seem like my hell, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm 37, so you like. We like when you're a comic, for everybody listening or watching at home, when you're a comic, I think that you regress in aging from a mental adulthood standpoint. I put us all back about 10 years.
Yeah.
So I think
Mentally.
that I think like a 27-year-old.
Like a
Really?
super smart 27-year-old.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're immature.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, we're talking about you guys are men, which is a completely different ball game. Men, y'all are immature as fuck.
Yeah. And comics, it's only
And
worse.
it's even worse. See, I never thought about comics being worse. Worse people, yes, but not worse immaturity wise.
Well, it's weird because we have more tools to defend ourselves with. If somebody called us immature, we have a sharpened wit that we can come back
to
with them.
retaliate back.
Yeah, but we actually mentally are maybe mid-20s right now.
Immature
That's the
people with skills.
It's so sad. It's the saddest thing I've ever heard because we have to date you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I don't
Like,
know. I don't know how you do it.
I don't know. I don't date comics anymore, but yeah, no, it's a rule. And anyone listening, female listeners, or if you're a gay man considering dating a gay comic, don't do it. I said that on stage one time, and there were male comics in the room, and I was like, just don't, ladies, don't. I know you want to hit on these guys after they perform because you think, oh, they're so funny. I just want to be around a funny guy. I'm like, don't.
Well, it's good
Don't.
advice, and I used to think like when I was single because I had we'll say a gap between girlfriends, a few decades, whatever it was. Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, it was a great time in my life.
I know.
But I think that like I used to think that like if I was gonna meet someone and date them, they would have to know I'm a comic because like that's the only feather I have in my cap against another fella. And now I'm just either I'm so relaxed or I'm a little more confident in myself that I'm like, no, I'm dateable.
He's like, I'm dope as fuck.
Yeah, until you hear all these ideas. I have.
Until I hear that I never want to have your child.
Hey, Mark, how'd your date go last night? She didn't make it past the wild boar story. She didn't. No date has ever made it past the boar push-off. That's when they collect their articles and
push-off.
they get out of there.
Hashtag boar push off.
Waiter comes by and I'm drinking by myself. He's like, did you do the boar? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did. I said it. He's like, at least wait till date number 5.
Also, Mark, don't take her to the cliff on the first day.
Don't
Just
show
tell
her
about
the
cliff.
boar.
Honey, this is where it's going to happen. You won't be here.
Come to the edge. Come look how far down it is.
There's like all these dummy boars that I made that I practiced pushing off.
Just a ton of Pumbaa stuffed animals, just like life-size ones. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Not that far from heaven, man. No.
But you know what, Mark? I think you're not in too bad of shape because nowadays there are a lot of women who don't want to have kids. There are, because we pursue careers. And so that is something that it's not a priority for a lot of women anymore.
The societal pressure, I would say, has loosened tremendously in the last, say, 50 years.
Yeah.
I think because you just think about any sort of suburban community you've ever seen like portrayed in movies or on TV, and it's like everybody there has the same exact life, and you are a serial killer next door, or you have some sort of huge issue that precluded you from having kids,
right?
And I think that it started to change. So the perception of me is something that I'm concerned about, and it is something I think about when I'm like writing stand-up. Like, is any audience going to want to see me when I'm older talk about problems that they are gonna they're just gonna have more and more trouble relating to me
Right.
as I get older because more of them are gonna be having kids.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, you're just gonna have to keep doing these college shows, man.
Oh, God. I got a college show coming up this week, and it's like, what the hell do kids? Because I feel very in touch with. Again, I think I'm 27, but I'm not.
Right.
And I feel very in touch with what kids like, and then you get up there in front of a college, and it's like, oh God, it's gonna be this.
Yeah.
Because I've had it both ways at colleges.
Yeah.
Like I've had a great show in front of 2,000 kids. And they're howling the whole time, and it's like feels like you feel like a rock star.
Yeah.
I've had other shows where you get up there and it's not that big of a crowd, and luckily I have that comedian fight or flight thing where like I'm not gonna run from this.
Right.
So if
Right.
it's not going the way that I want it to, or these
I'm
kids
gonna-
are just being a horrible audience, I ain't backing down.
Right.
Like,
I'm gonna
going
make
into
it
you.
go worse.
Right.
Yeah.
My goal is to make you as uncomfortable as possible.
Oh, yeah.
So you talk about me.
Just build that tension. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And then hopefully it pays off with some sort of communications major zinger. 45 minutes in. I did a show at a college recently, and maybe it wasn't the best way to kick off. The show was a good show, but I just mentioned that, like, I know you guys hear a lot that children are our future, but the good news is, if you read the news, we probably don't have a future. Some of them laugh, and then some of them are like, "What is happening?
Why would you say that to us?
Yeah, I have hopes and I have dreams. No, they're all going to be shot down. Sorry. It's not going to work out for you.
Yeah, you have to think about their futures. You know, another thing we didn't touch on, that when you have kids, you worry constantly.
Yes,
and
I'm
it
glad you brought
doesn't
that
go
up.
away. My father, to this day, does not sleep. He has not slept since we were born. And I'm not kidding. And when I say sleep, yeah, he gets some sleep, but not well.
Not getting 10 hours.
No. No. My father has never slept since we've been alive. To this day, he wakes up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and he worries about me. I'm not a child. I've been out here for 13 years now. And my dad he's just like, and when I go home, he's like, Candice, you just don't understand. He's like, I feel like I have no control. He's like, I'm not there to help you.
It could get worse because now you're out on your own and you're going out with comics.
Yes.
And they could find that soft spot in your head.
Yeah.
You know? And they can just keep pressing
That's my sleep button. And then they can have their way with me. It's like my own roofies on top of my head.
And the news doesn't help because every time you read a news story, it's never about like, hey,
Never good news.
You hear about that kid in Ohio who woke up fine?
Yeah.
You never hear that. It's always the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Never hear. And when you have a daughter, it's completely different.
Right. And your
It's the
dad
worry
has too.
has too, because he did something in a past life, and this is his karma. So it's true. That shit happens. Nate Parker. I don't know if you guys, Nate Parker, the guy who was accused of rape. And I read that transcript, and it's pretty. It's not good. Let's just put it that
It
way.
certainly made me want to see Birth of a Nation a lot less. Because I was hearing a lot of heat about that movie.
He has 5 daughters. I'm just saying. So,
Wow.
and 1 in 5 women gets raped. So, I'm not saying that.
Candice.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
It's a real stat you got to consider, Mal.
It's a lot. When you have daughters, it's a whole nother level. So it's stress. And again, you when they start driving, it's like, oh my God. And you're like, they're driving?
But imagine.
I have no control.
Imagine being. I'm going to be selfish again here, but imagine when they're 16 and they're driving. Okay, I'm going to worry from home when they're 15 and 8 months, and I got to sit in the car with these animals and hope that they know how to steer. That is a horrifying thing.
Did you guys have in your driver's ed car when you were teaching? I don't know if you had the same.
The 2 steering wheels.
I don't know if you had a steering wheel, but you had a brake.
Oh.
He definitely had a brake.
on that side.
Yeah.
But you know who didn't
Get
have a
that.
brake on that side? My mom in her Chrysler. But I would see the foot. I could see the foot out of the corner of my eye. just
Phantom
trying to
braking.
tap the
She was
brake.
trying.
Yeah. She would just be
She's
clutching.
like trying to break through you vicariously through your foot.
But what if you have like a super cool kid that achieves a lot and then you're just super proud? You don't worry, you're just proud all the
They
time.
would definitely do that, but you're still going to worry. Like, what you knew how you acted when you were a kid.
Yeah.
You don't have your shit together now, so you definitely didn't have it together when you were a kid.
I was a pretty good kid.
So was I, but we still did some shit that's like, my parents had found out about this. This is just...
I don't really have any of those.
Really? You didn't like drink when you were younger?
I didn't drink until I was 21 years old.
You never did? You never like snuck out at night or did anything like that?
I lived in the country. There was nowhere to sneak out to.
Okay, well, you were in a controlled environment.
I could sneak into the woods and survive for 20, 37 minutes.
Okay, I'll make a proclamation. I will have a kid, but it has to be Mal now. You're gonna be my son, okay? You
Mark's
passed the
adopting
audition.
me.
Yeah. We're gonna go to Hooters
You
and
just want a corny, multiracial kid that you can go to Twin Peaks with and have a Coors Light.
oh my god.
Could you imagine telling people this is your
Yeah.
son?
This is my
This
son.
is
No,
my
it's
son.
my dad right there.
We are immediately putting you into commercial auditions. Okay? You're gonna be my meal ticket.
No, I don't have ID. That's my dad, though.
I lost my wallet in a drunken stupor 2 weeks ago.
3 months into the adoption, I kick him out. So I'm like, how could you bomb the Tide callback that bad? That was our rent.
Idiot.
It just looked good. I thought we were eating them. No, I don't want to go to the cliff, Dad.
No, Dad, don't take me to the cliff. Don't take me to the cliff, Dad.
Son, let's have our sex talk in the cliff.
No.
And there's just a pile of other kids at the bottom.
Yeah, you know, Mal, no kids ever made it back from the cliff alive.
It'd be a good way to keep your
man.
kids in line. Fucking iPhone.
Take 'em
Just
to a
tell them
cliff.
about the cliff
The
that
cliff?
people get pushed off of.
Yeah.
You could just, completely. Parents lie to kids all the time. They told us some ridiculous things. So you tell them there's a cliff that little kids get pushed off of.
It's a good idea. Remember in White Men Can't Jump when the Stuckey brothers showed Billy these pictures of people they had killed? And they ended up not having killed
And it was
anybody.
fake.
So after Billy paid them their money, then they asked him to put some fake blood here, and they took a picture of him he's dead.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the key to parenting.
Yes.
You threaten them with
Have a
previous
dead
relationships.
kid.
Yeah.
Have a fake dead kid, take a picture of it,
Yeah.
and then post it over your headboard.
This is your older brother.
Yeah.
This is baby number 3.
This is baby.
What's your second kid gonna be named? Infant?
Second kid.
I mean, once you have one, then you're like, oh, well, I got to get something. Because if you have one kid, I think there's a lot to be said for like, well, I don't want to spend all the time with this thing.
Right.
So let me create another one that's going to go out and then they can play and they can watch over each other together. Like if you have one kid, the best case scenario is that you're grooming that kid to be the babysitter
Of
for
the
all
other
the
one.
other kids.
Yeah, babysitter and then driver when that kid needs to be picked up and stuff like that.
Sous chef,
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah,
I did that.
dishwasher, lawnmower.
If I could script a child, it would be him.
It would be Mel.
Like if I got the horrible news that I got somebody pregnant, I would be like, all right, Mal, can you just like come over and just whisper into the tummy every day for the next 9 months?
Just whisper corny shit into this girl's stomach really quick.
So I take it you're pro-choice.
So far over
Yeah.
to the, what is that left? I am the champion of pro-choice.
I'm pro-choice as well. Just let the record show that.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, no. So scenario, if a woman came that you were dating now, and let's say this is a nice relationship,
Okay.
3 years in,
Okay. she
came to you and was like, Mark,
Yeah.
I got some news.
Oh God.
I voted for Trump.
What would you do?
Okay, this is where I just
Would you
penalize
fake your own
myself
death?
every day. Yeah, I would take the cliff. I would take the cliff.
I'd push myself off the
I would
cliff.
look at it. I'd be like, look, it's either you or me. Who wants to go first? I'm unfortunately constantly penalized in my daily life because I am such a good guy that there's going to be no pressure from me either way. It's totally your decision. I will support whatever decision you want to make.
But would you also feel? Would you feel obligated
But
to?
listen to this podcast. I
Yes.
recorded first.
She won't be able to run away quick enough. Would you stay? And I know this is going to be hard to answer because it's all hypothetical. But like, would you feel obligated to stay with this woman, even if like, it wasn't working out? When you were like, for the good of the kid,
Yeah.
you would stay with her
Mark's
instead
a
of
good
just
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can still be a good guy, but not have. You can co-parent. You don't have to be with that woman necessarily. I'm just saying.
In the short term, like you look at a movie like Knocked Up, like there's no way that Seth Rogen and Katherine Heigl stayed together for the rest of their lives.
Right.
But he was a
What
good
do you mean?
dude, and he stayed with him. There's no way. There's literally no way. But I bet he hung with her because you have to help raise the kid together.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to be that guy. But again, that goes back to why I don't want responsibility of a kid, because now I'm thinking about like her, like my former girlfriend's welfare too. So I'm thinking like, oh God, I can't saddle her with this responsibility by myself. So
Right.
that's why you call Dr. Vasectomy.
Yeah, you nip it in the bud. Literally.
Look at that.
Literally.
Clip it in the bud.
I wonder if I would like try to steer it like in just the most gentlest of ways. like, hey, I'm pregnant. Then I'm like,
oh,
so
Are we happy about this?
what was that pamphlet doing under your pillow?
Yeah. I do that now. I don't do it anymore, but there was a time in my life where people would tell me, oh, I'm pregnant. And I would literally ask before I said anything, I'm like, so are we happy about this? Or are we angry about this? Just let me know how I should react.
Wait, you said that has happened to you before?
Where I've asked the girl, yeah.
Oh.
Hey, so are we happy about this?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you.
You do have to gauge.
Do you
it.
need me to
have
drive you to Mexico?
Yeah.
That's what I need to know.
Or just find a flight of stairs. What do you need?
Yeah, wow.
What?
Flight of stairs?
Yeah, that's how they used to do it old school.
Yeah, old school, they didn't mess around.
Yeah.
Candice is an
hangers.
old soul.
They're like, all right, we'll kick you down the stairs 3 times because first time
You don't
we
know.
don't know.
Yeah, I'm just going to punch you in the stomach twice and then push you down the stairs.
I've always said that the only baby that I would ever have is the one that survived an abortion.
Oh yeah, because
That's
like
the fighter.
Super mutant baby.
Yeah, it's the chosen one.
Yeah.
He survived the vacuum, got past that, and was like, nah, I'm right here.
Candice just building a stable of X-Men.
Survived the vacuum and got back into your uterus.
Like just holding
knock,
on
knock,
to my
I'm still
uterus,
here.
holding on to my uterus like this.
Imagine like becomes an Olympian. Like here's baby Thompson, survived the vacuum. Look at him go.
He has scars.
Every Olympian
These are the
has
nozzle-
a story
these are-
you will not believe.
These are the nozzle scars.
He doesn't even like swimming, but as soon as you turn on a vacuum, he jumps in that pool so fast.
He gets triggered every time he hears a vacuum.
In all of the Summer Olympic sports, you just have a dust buster next to it.
No gun for the race.
Yeah.
Just a Hoover.
Oh my God.
All right. I think we should end on that note. You guys, this was fantastic. I had such a good time, and I'm so happy to know that we share a similar struggle.
Yeah, I feel like I'll have a support system with you.
You will.
And with Mal, if it doesn't work out with your mom, you want to come crash with Dad?
Yeah.
I'm around.
All right. Awesome.
Hey,
Sounds good.
you know what? How about we go throw the ball this week?
As long as we're not throwing the ball by the cliff.
No cliffs. Thank you for listening to The Struggle. You guys had so much fun today. Make sure that you please subscribe to all of our channels because we're on Spotify, we're on iTunes, we're on iHeartRadio, we're on Stitcher, SoundCloud. Make sure to follow and then also share. Please tell if you had a good time listening to this, and I know you did because I see the numbers. You fucking share this with somebody and make sure to subscribe because we need to keep this going. You can find me. I've been Candice Thompson. You can find me at Jokes by Candice on social media. And Mal?
Oh, malhall.com. Malhall TV on YouTube. Just subscribe to my channel.
Yeah. And anything you want to plug, Mark? Or
Yeah, I'm organizing a pro-choice rally that you can attend this weekend at Mark Ellis Live. So see you guys in New York in June. Looking forward to that.
Yay. Bye, guys.
Later.